What's up? My name's Matthias. I go by Michael. I'm bringing you my first ever YouTube video. So, I think today the first thing I want to talk about is the biggest thing that's going on, and that's coronavirus. Um, you know, First I want to start by saying I hope everybody out there is doing okay. Hopefully, you guys are staying safe and following what people are saying because it's a very stressful and hard time for a lot of people. Um, and hopefully that we can all get through this together. Um, so the biggest thing I want to talk about is I'm a Lakers fan. I love basketball. I'm a diehard Lakers fan, not because of LeBron or anybody like that. I love the Lakers, and I've got a lot of questions asking me personally. Because I'm such a big Lakers fan and a basketball fan. What do you think is gonna happen with, the whole thing with basketball? And is Big ever going to start again? How are they going to decide finals and all that? And I personally, I think that with this whole coronavirus thing, like I said, the biggest thing is that the players are safe, that people aren't getting hurt by this or stuff like that. So I think that if Lakers, my team, you know, um, they can go and they can, look out there and see who's out there. I think it's a very good time to see talent. I think it's a very good time to see what people can work on because, there's a lot of players out there who may not be to the level that they want to be, So I think that this gives them that opportunity to get there, I think in the overall, the whole NBA, we got to look at the commissioner, to see what's going to happen. Um, and we just gotta trust, that they're gonna do the right thing. But I'll tell you this. When they told me the NBA, they were gonna close it down, whatever, I was sad. I was heartbroken. I was, wah, I was sad. But in all that, I thought, like this would give a lot of opportunity for players to do great things, coaches, staff, all that kind of stuff. So I think that's one of the biggest things. Hopefully they open back up. I think that with this whole coronavirus thing, it has really affected them, hardly because a lot of players, that's what they do for a living. So when that's what you do for a living and you can't do that no more, it's really hard. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs. So, hopefully, I hope for the best as far as what's gonna happen. It can't, it could be here or there. So I think we just gotta hope for the best. And I think about like the past of the NBA, like everything that's happened, everything that's going on, and then where we are now. And you just gotta commend them for how they've handled things and what they've done. You know, um, I think a lot of people, feel that this is a big upset. Some understand, others don't. But like I said, you got to make sure that we're not putting people in danger, things like that, and we just got to keep praying, for all the people who are going through these things, especially the players themselves. Um, but let's get down to something else. So with the NBA, you get asked the question, okay, well, when they do reopen and everything, who do you think is gonna win the finals? Obviously, I'm gonna say the Lakers. I mean, come on. I mean, greatness. Let's start right there. Okay. Um, I personally think the greatest franchise ever created, the greatest franchise, the Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. I think that we've just shown greatness over and over again. I believe a couple of things about the Lakers. Number one, we will dominate in every decade. Okay, that's the first thing we have to, because we're the greatest. In every decade, we will at least have a championship. You'll see that. You know what I mean? You had in the '60s Bill Russell and all that, and then we had Magic and we had Kareem and we had Shaq, Kobe. I mean, there's a lot of people that came in that time. As far as the Lakers, it was Elgin Baylor. I mean, all them people. So you're talking about um, greatness. I mean, we are the face of it. Okay. But the reason I think we're gonna win the finals this year, and hear me out, okay? I mean, we saw all these big duels being created, right? So we saw Kawhi and Paul George. We saw Chris Paul. Go to OKC. We saw Russell Westbrook and James Harden. So we see all these big duels, and then of course Anthony Davis and LeBron. Okay, I believe there's personally no better duo out there right now. None. There's none, because when you take a educated player like LeBron James and you take a understanding player like Anthony Davis, both of them are in a position where one just wants to get to the mountaintop. One just wants to get to that point to win the ring. Another one of them have been there, you know. LeBron James, he's been there. He knows what it feels like. So that's championship DNA. We know that. So you take Anthony Davis, who's willing, he's willing to learn, to see, so he can understand what to do. Him and LeBron James, I think they're the best duo. Nobody can really stop him because they have a certain mindset. Yes, Kawhi, he went there. What does Kawhi really need to prove? Kawhi Leonard is a very underrated player. Personally, he was always underrated. I think in Toronto he showed a lot. So personally, what is there to do now for him? I mean, he can go and win another one. Yeah, that'd be great. Paul George, he needs to get there. So it's a whole thing of the smartness and the push and the drive. You know what I mean? I also think, with Russell and James, we all know that they started together. So I mean, it's a whole big thing of that. But where they both ended with their careers now, you have them back together. So what can they do? Can they get to that point? Can they accomplish? Can they set personal things aside to accomplish this goal? I think they can. But is it their time yet? No. Okay. If we look at the Houston Rockets and their past, I think one of the most dominant things was when, right in that era of the 90s, when the Bulls were on their three-peat and then the other three-peat. We saw right in between that when MJ left and went to go play baseball. Nobody wants to talk about that, but I mean, he did what he did. We saw that they kind of had their little dominance there. So I think that in full, it's kind of like, okay, if they're gonna do what they're gonna do, they're gonna have to show that they can do it, because right now I believe the belief is there for them to do it, but the belief that they will get to that point of winning a championship is not there. Like I said, I believe they can get there, but the belief of can they win the championship, everything, I don't think it's there yet. You have a person like Russell Westbrook who is doing amazing things, a great player. I mean, the athleticism, everything that comes, with him is ridiculous. And you have a person like James Harden. I mean, just ridiculous. I've seen him do stuff. I'm just like, what in the world? But at the same time, we got to look at the whole picture. So I think, like I say, the best people. This is not a biased opinion. This is not a biased opinion. I think the best team that has a chance of winning it all is the Lakers, just because of where LeBron is, where Anthony Davis is, how they're going. And I think that with LeBron, he has a lot more to prove. You may ask, okay, why? Because you basically just said LeBron is done everything. Yes, but this is the reason he has to prove something. He has to prove something for two reasons. One, because he's come to LA and he came from Cleveland. He's got them a championship. He went to Miami. He already got a championship. So he's coming to LA. LA expects greatness, which means that if you're coming to LA, you have to come with something. He's come with talent, which means that he has to bring a championship. Because if he wants to be one of them all-time great Lakers, he needs to bring a championship to Los Angeles in order to, you know, say that he can even be put up in that role. You know what I mean? And you look at Anthony Davis, who just was dedicated to New Orleans. I mean, through everything with DeMarcus Cousins and everything. I mean, dedicated. He is. I mean, I don't even know to say if he's hitting his prime right now, and it's scary because he's so young, and he's. I mean, maybe just hitting his prime. So you think about how good he is, what he can do, what his capabilities are. I mean, and he's just now hitting his prime. Psh, I mean, I'm talking about personally a two-peat, maybe a three-peat, who knows? But in order for that to happen, LeBron's head has to be in the right place. His head has to be in the right place, which I think they are in order to do that. And the talent that they have is ridiculous. So, everything that Los Angeles traded just to get Anthony Davis, and they believed to not come out with a championship would be really heartbreaking, especially for the city of Los Angeles and for the team itself, because they've worked hard to get to the point where they can, be able to get there. So I think in full, that's my take on that, is that 100% hands down the champions this year uh, will definitely be the Lakers, and even maybe next year. Um, So yeah, there's a lot of different things that are going on in the NBA right now. A lot of different things, a lot of different teams, a lot of different people, and a lot of different people that we should really study to see what their next move is going to be. Because who knows? But if you just look and pattern things, you'll see. Um, and I mean, and that's just a full of thing. We gotta just look at what they're gonna do and where they're gonna go, because certain players like LeBron James go to a team and now it's a playoff contender. So in all, you're just kind of like, wow, LeBron's on here, LeBron's over here. You expect something, anybody would. That's why you sign a player, because okay, they're this good. You expect to see a result. I believe the Lakers are going to see that result. Kawhi, I don't. I think he will get his ring, another one. I do, but it's gonna be a little bit. I'm giving it max 3-4 years, hands down, until he sees another ring. Westbrook and Harden, I think they're both so hungry they can get there, but it's gonna be tough, and I don't think they will see another one together if they get there. If they get to that point, they will never see another one together, because it's gonna be so hard and it's gonna be so tough to get there. I don't think they'll be able to see another one together, at least. But will they get there once together? I believe they will. In full, you know, I mean, that's just my thoughts, coming from a teenager, as far as what I think, what I kind of know. Now, hopefully, the Los Angeles Lakers can do what they were, made to do, and that's win championships, you know, surpass Boston, do all that and strive for what we are, which is one of the best. So, peace out. Go end this video. Hopefully, everything goes well. One more time, praying for all of you people, and yeah, bless up.